Good evening. Something seems to be brewing in Maharashtra. Just yesterday, former Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis saying that the BJP and the Shiv Sena are not enemies. Today, Sanjay Raut returned the compliment by comparing the two parties to Amir Khan and Kiran Rao. So the question is the Shiv Sena warming up to its old ally, the BJP? And if indeed that were to happen, after all, in politics, there are no permanent friends or permanent enemies. There are only permanent interests. If indeed the BJP and the Sena, there were to be a saffron patch-up, then what happens to the grand opposition project which Sharad Pawar seems to be leading to take on the BJP in 2024? First, the story. We'll try and play that story out for you in just 1 second, and then we'll be going out to our guests to try and get a sense of what exactly is happening behind the scenes in Maharashtra. But first, the story.
A day after, former Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis said that the Shiv Sena and the BJP are not enemies, Sena MP Sanjay Raut has said that the parties are not like India and Pakistan, sparking speculations of a possible reunion.
हम क्या भारत पाकिस्तान है, हिंदुस्तान पाकिस्तान नहीं है ना। ये मिलना जुलना होता है, बातचीत होती है, लेकिन अब हमारे रास्ते अलग हो गए हैं। पॉलिटिकली रास्ते अलग है, लेकिन दोस्ती कायम, दोस्ती रहेगी राजनीति में।
The Shiv Sena walked out of its alliance with the BJP after the Maharashtra Assembly elections in 2019 and formed a coalition government with the NCP and Congress. One of the main reasons for the split was BJP's refusal to share the Chief Minister's post in rotation, even though it had close to double the Sena's seats. Since then, the fact that Thackeray is not getting along with NCP and Congress is no secret. Allies have been divided on key legislative issues at the centre, from CAA to the farm reform laws, with the Shiv Sena taking regular pot shots at the Congress through Samna editorials. On the Shiv Sena's foundation day on June 19th, Thackeray said his party will not carry anyone on a palanquin. This comes as the Congress has been singing the tune of going solo in all future elections. Thackeray's move to delay the Speaker's election, despite the insistence of his allies, has further widened the rift.
मेरा भी देवेंद्र फडणवीस से दोस्ती है, तो इसका मतलब नहीं विचारों की लड़ाई हमेशा महाराष्ट्र में लड़ती है। बीजेपी बार बार जब से ये महाविकास की आघाड़ी की सरकार बनने के बाद बीजेपी ने कहा महीने भर के बाद सरकार गिरेंगे, 2 महीने के बाद करेंगे, वो तो पौने 2 साल हो गए, जो अब उनको कोई भी मौका नहीं है करके इस तरह से लड़ाई लगाकर सरकार गिराने की जो साजिश है वो सामने आती है।
On June 20th, Shiv Sena MLA Pratap Sarnaik wrote to Uddhav Thackeray, urging the party to reunite with the BJP, accusing the allies of trying to create a rift among Shiv Sena legislators. Talks of a possible reunion also gained momentum after Thackeray sought a private meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi on June 8th. The one-on-one chat lasted about 30 minutes and came after Thackeray thanked the PM for supplying medical oxygen and life-saving drugs to Maharashtra.
Whatever Devendra ji yesterday said, that Shiv Sena is not our enemy, that is our standard position over the years. BJP did not ditch them. Shiv Sena ditch Hindutva. Shiv Sena ditch NDA. I am not approving the possibility, not denying the possibility. As I said, these all are rumors.
Thackeray is under pressure from several central agencies like the ED, CBI and NCB, which are probing his trusted men. The agencies have also turned their focus to Deputy CM Ajit Pawar in the Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank scam. If Thackeray mends fences with the BJP, it could arguably bring some relief on that front. However, the road to resolution is easier said than done, after 12 BJP MLAs were suspended for allegedly hurling abuses at the presiding officer.
पूरी तरह से छल के तहत उन्होंने ये किया है। विधानसभा अध्यक्ष का चुनाव, उन्हें डर था कि उनके अपने विधायक फूटेंगे, उनके अपने विधायक उनके खिलाफ वोट करेंगे, उनकी पूरे देश के सामने छीतू हो जाएगी, और वही कारण था कि भाजपा के विधायक ये न केन प्रकारणे किस प्रकार से कम हो, वो उनकी प्राथमिकता थी।
The Aghadi allies are nervous about holding on to their voter bases amid repeated internal clashes. The Shiv Sena may plan to cut its losses and agree to a saffron patch-up, but it will be a tough deal to hammer out. The question is, who will drive the hardest bargain?
All right. Who will drive the hardest bargain? Tuin Sinha, spokesperson of the BJP, joining us. Sanjay Gupta, Shiv Sena leader. Rashid Kidwai, author and journalist. And Clyde Crasto, spokesperson of the NCP, also on the broadcast this evening. Tuin, what's going on? Devendra Fadnavis saying yesterday that Shiv Sena and BJP are not enemies. Today, Sanjay Raut returning the compliment, comparing your two parties not to India and Pakistan, but to Amir Khan and Kiran Rao. Are you guys warming up to the Shiv Sena? What is going on?
Well, Zaka, BJP and Shiv Sena had been together from the late 1980s, the partnership having been forged by the late Bala Sahab Thackeray ji and Pramod Mahajan ji, largely on the issue of Hindutva. Now, we had been the committed partner. It was Shiv Sena which, in its lust for power, indulged in an act of brazen infidelity and went ahead and forged an unnatural alliance with NCP and Congress. You can still find in public domain videos of almost all Shiv Sena leaders having abused Congress leaders in the filthiest of language. So I think, for us to even consider an alliance with Shiv Sena again, Shiv Sena needs to come out of that alliance. How can Shiv Sena be in both the places? So I think at this point of time, it is largely media speculation. When they went ahead with that unnatural alliance as a large-hearted party, we wish them luck. But in the last 19 months, the way they have destroyed Maharashtra in every which way, even today, Maharashtra is the worst COVID-managed state, 20% daily cases. All major infrastructure projects have come to a standstill. The economy, it is in permanent lockdown mode. Businesses suffered. We still believe that as a party which won 70% of the seats were contested, as a party which won 26% vote share as compared to 16% each of other parties, all the other three parties, any government without the BJP in Maharashtra is an illegitimate combination.
Okay, संजय गुप्ता जी ये बताइए, आपने तो अलायंस तोड़ी थी 2019 में, ऐसा नहीं कि बीजेपी एनडीए से बाहर निकल आई, आपकी पार्टी बाहर आई और सिर्फ एक ही कारण था कि आपको लीडरशिप मिलना चाहिए था, आपके लीडर को मुख्यमंत्री बनना था, इसलिए आप उस अलायंस से बाहर निकल आए. अब क्या हो रहा है? आपके नेता बोल रहे हैं कि बीजेपी और शिवसेना इंडिया और पाकिस्तान की तरफ नहीं है. वो कह रहे हैं कि राजनीति में दोस्ती होती है और बातचीत होती है. तो क्या आप लोग दोबारा कुछ ये सैफरन अलायंस को दोबारा कुछ किक स्टार्ट करने का क्या कुछ प्लान तैयारी हो रही है?
देखिए, बिल्कुल तुहिन सिन्हा जी ने कुछ बात तो सही कही, लेकिन कुछ बात सही नहीं कही. मगर मैं उनकी बात को थोड़ा सा स्पष्ट भी करना चाहूंगा कि जिस तरह से शुरू में उन्होंने कहा कि बीजेपी और शिवसेना की आइडियोलॉजी एक है, भगवा एक है, और जिस तरह से हमारा नेशनल अलायंस है वो सही बात है. मगर जिस तरह से उन्होंने सरकार के विषय में कहा कि उद्धव जी की सरकार सही से काम नहीं कर रही और कोरोना काल में ये हुआ, कोरोना काल में वो हुआ, फलाना ढिमका, तो उसके विषय में उन्हें कहना चाहूंगा कि जिस तरह से उद्धव जी के काम की तारीफ ना सिर्फ प्रधानमंत्री महोदय साहब ने की बल्कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ इंडिया ने भी की. तो उद्धव जी ने कभी भी अपने आप सामने आकर के इस बात को नहीं कहा, लेकिन उनके काम की प्रशंसा देश के अंदर है, महाराष्ट्र के अंदर है. तो उसके ऊपर सवाल उठाने की बजाय मेरे ख्याल से बीजेपी को थोड़ा सा ये सोचना चाहिए कि अगर शिवसेना बीजेपी से अलग हट करके गई तो एक वायदा था, एक प्रोमिस था अटल जी का, आपस में गठबंधन था अटल जी का, बाला साहेब का, अडवाणी जी का, कि देश के अंदर बीजेपी की सेना और महाराष्ट्र के अंदर, देश के अंदर बीजेपी की सरकार और महाराष्ट्र के अंदर शिवसेना की सरकार.
नहीं तो अब जब ये वापस जाने की बात हो रही है तो जायज है कि लीडरशिप तो आप ही को मिलेगा, मतलब मुख्यमंत्री तो आपका ही नेता बनेगा, ये तो जायज है.
हाँ बिल्कुल, वो तो जायज है, ये तो हमेशा से ही बात थी. और अब जिस तरह से बीजेपी आज जिस बात को समझ रही है, अगर इस बात को थोड़ा सा पहले समझ गई होती तो आज शायद ये जो एक गठबंधन में गांठ पड़ी, ये गांठ ना पड़ती. अब ये गांठ किस तरह से खुलेगी, धीरे धीरे किस तरह से रहेगा, कोई चीज एकदम से
कुल मिला के क्या आप ये कह रहे हैं कि अगर बीजेपी ये बोल दें कि मुख्यमंत्री का जो पद है वो उद्धव ठाकरे जी के लिए है, तो फिर कोई दूसरा इश्यू नहीं है, कोई दूसरा मुद्दा या वाद विवाद नहीं है आप दोनों के बीच में?
देखिए, इस विषय में तो उद्धव साहब फैसला करेंगे, शिवसेना पे फैसला करेगी. इसके विषय में अभी भी किसी भी तरह के, क्योंकि राजनीति में बहुत सी चीजें ऐसी होती हैं जिनको कहा नहीं जाता. बहुत सी चीजें ऐसी होती हैं जो समझने की होती हैं.
Clyde, I obviously alliances are not decided by spokespersons, so let's take that with a pinch of salt. My question though to you is, I think it's pretty obvious from what Sanjay Gupta ji is also saying that the only reason why the BJP and the Shiv Sena split is because Uddhav Thackeray wanted to be chief minister. and he felt betrayed by the BJP when that did not happen. And now if the BJP is willing to keep him on as chief minister, there's every reason why the Shiv Sena will go back to the BJP. They don't seem to have any other problems with the BJP. No ideological, no political.
Well, Zaka, I've been hearing this for a long time now, but let me tell you something. That water's flown under the bridge long time ago. I don't see any of these possibilities happening. And, see, the thing is, the BJP, they tried everything in the last, almost 2 years now. It's almost going to be 2 years now. They've tried everything. And, they've tried, what we say, Sam, Dam, Danda, Ved, which includes ED, CBI, everything which has gone on. But, suddenly in the last couple of days, they've mellowed down. So it's like, when they had Operation Lotus, it's like the Operation Lotus light version, which is happening. They're being sweet, talking nicely, and, things like that. But let me tell you one thing very clearly. This government is going to work together for 5 years. The Congress, NCP, and Shiv Sena has come together on a common platform, okay, the common minimum program. They're going to be working together for the next 5 years.
So, but how are you so confident about that? I mean, we have Shiv Sena MLA writing to Uddhav Thackeray saying, we can't bear this heat of ED, CBI, etc. Let's just go back. The leaders of your alliance partners are praising the BJP. How are you so sure you'll finish 5 years?
Okay, can I speak? Okay.
Yeah.
The fact here is, if an MLA is writing that he's worried about the ED and there's got pressure, that says a lot about who's putting the pressure on him. So just because he's writing that he's under pressure and there's some kind of heat that's going, doesn't mean that they're going to kind of cozy up to somebody else. Let me tell you very clearly. I mean, the confidence comes from the fact that because I'm in touch with the ground realities, I know that these three parties that have come together, nothing's going to change. I'm telling you, for the next 5 years, the whole 5 years we're going to be together, and that's how it's going to work. See, I'll give you very in short. One of the reasons, that's the talk that's going around. One of the reasons why BJP keeps saying that this government is going to fall, we're going to be forming the new government, we're going to be coming together with Shiv Sena. I think they have to keep their cadre together. A lot of their cadre, in every party, I'll be very honest about it. In every party, there are floaters. BJP has got a lot of floaters, and they're unhappy with the party. They're willing to move to the side where the so-called ruling party. So to keep their flock together,
okay,
BJP is coming out with this, and so I'm sure they're trying to keep their flock together.
What may be the national implications if such a thing were to happen? And like I said, it's very clear. If Uddhav Thackeray will continue as chief minister, and that was the only reason why the Saffron Alliance split, then it's quite possible that the BJP and the Sena would patch up. But the question is, what happens nationally? There is a buzz here in Delhi that the impending cabinet reshuffle, which we've been hearing for a while now, is basically delayed on account of just what's going on in Maharashtra. Because if the two Saffron allies, the erstwhile Saffron allies, were to patch up, then it involves multiple things which has ramifications here in Delhi. How do you accommodate Devendra Fadnavis? How do you accommodate the Sena if the Sena is back? They had one minister. Will he be brought back? So that's the reason why the cabinet reshuffle is being delayed, is the speculation here in Delhi. What do you make of this?
Yeah, Zaka, so Uddhav Thackeray is proving to be a politician among politicians. See, he has consolidated his position. He's going to be their chief minister for 5 years, regardless of what alliance or what combination he has. I think there's a bit of a rethink on the part of BJP. Mr. Devendra Fadnavis was not only trying to return as chief minister, but also had some, national ambition. Remember, there is always some kind of internal power struggle in every political party. Mr. Narendra Modi is the supreme leader of the BJP. Mr. Amit Shah is considered to be number 2. But then there are other players. There is Uttar Pradesh chief minister, and whoever is the chief minister of Maharashtra has a very important role to play in national politics. And somebody once famously had said that it was the second most important job in the country. It may not be the case. So that's the thing. So it has a huge political ramifications if Mr. Devendra Fadnavis is forced to move out of Maharashtra and state politics. And I think that is something which will have internal ramifications.
No, so
you are the BJP.
So if that would that underlying if that were to happen, that is underlined by an assumption that the BJP is willing to give chief ministership to the Shiv Sena, despite it being the larger party. Or only then will this alliance potentially go through.
Absolutely, I think Zaka, as far as that part is concerned, that's non-negotiable. Mr. Uddhav Thackeray has placed himself in driver's seat. See, what are the other, kind of parts of that vehicle, he is not so much concerned about it. And a lot has been said. I was hearing about Shiv Sena's ideology. There is absence of ideology. when Shiv Sena was formed, it has never been part of this kind of RSS or Sangh Parivar parties, in the sense like that Hindu Mahasabha or Bharatiya Jansangh or Bajrang Dal or other parties. It was called as Vasant Sena. The Congress Chief Minister Vasant Rao Naik was supposed to be biggest backer. Thackeray supported emergency openly.
Yeah, in
In
fact,
1980
Sharad Pawar reminded the Sena about that just a few weeks ago, saying that the only politician at that time, mainstream politician who supported Mrs. Gandhi and the emergency was Bal Thackeray. I guess he was trying to make a point, I don't know, but he did mention that just a few weeks ago. But I want to come back to Tuhin and ask him, so like Rashid was saying and like I've been saying, the only way this will happen is if you guarantee Mr. Thackeray will continue as Chief Minister. Now, why would you do that? You are the larger party. You were the aggrieved party, because like you also mentioned in your first answer that it's the Sena that left you guys. It's not the other way around. So you have a bone to pick with them, as it were. And yet, how will you accommodate these other leaders? Mr. Fadnavis then will have to be accommodated in the center. What happens to the Ranes? They're also politically ambitious.
Zaka, it is the media's job to speculate. So I, welcome all kinds of speculation. But the truth is what you saw in the assembly today. The truth is that even today, the MVA Sarkar is so petrified by fiery speeches from Devendra Fadnavis ji, exposing their failures. The first time it happened was on the Hiren Mansukh case. For 1.5 hours, the entire MVA Sarkar was speechless, and then you saw it went into coma for a good next few weeks. Today, the same thing was supposed to happen on the OBC reservation issue, where despite censure from the Supreme Court, the Maharashtra government has not been able to move at all. And that is why they resorted to the suspension of 12 MLAs. So the truth, unfortunately, is what you saw happening in the assembly.
So you're saying there is no merit in this talk of patch-up on the day when 12 of your MLAs have been suspended. That's what you're saying.
Let me just say it is speculation. And, for the last 18 months, speculation has been happening. For the last 19 months now. But the truth is the cumulative failures of the Vasuli government cannot be wished away.
Sanjay जी, ये कैसा होगा? मतलब दोस्ती भी निभाना पड़ेगा और उनके MLA को सस्पेंड भी करेंगे. ये तो बात नहीं बनी ना. आप अनम्यूट करिए प्लीज. आपका शायद ऑडियो म्यूटेड है. संजय गुप्ता. I can't hear it. हम दोबारा कोशिश करते हैं संजय जी. शायद आपका ऑडियो म्यूटेड है. उसको अनम्यूट बटन दबाना पड़ेगा आपको. In the meanwhile, let me ask Clyde that question. Clyde.
Zaka, well, I couldn't hear you clearly, but I just like to state one thing. Talking about what happened in the Maharashtra Assembly today, right? Well, it's the black day in the history of Maharashtra legislature. Now, all the videos are right there in front of you. Here is an MLA who walks up to the speaker's chair, or in front of the speaker's chair, yanks the microphone of the speaker. I mean, what do you call that?
No, not what speaker, by the way. You still haven't elected a speaker.
No.
The current presiding
I said
officer.
The speaker no, but what is that? What is that space? It's the speaker's space, right?
No.
That's where the speaker sits.
No,
that's
sure,
the speaker's
fair
microphone,
enough.
right?
Fair enough.
I'm talking that context. Okay, I'm talking that context, right? So the fact of the matter is, if a MLA goes there and he does something, what are you talking about? This is what is happening in Maharashtra in the assembly. Who is behaving like a goon? A 10-minute break. When it was adjourned for 10 minutes, everybody charges into the speaker's cabin and starts abusing and things like that. The videos are there. I'm not speaking off the cuff.
No. The reason I said it's not speaker, presiding officer is because the Congress was supposed to elect a speaker before the session began, and the buzz is that the chief minister's view prevailed. The chief minister said there's no question of electing a speaker now. Let's do it after the.
It's the sanctity of the chair.
Of course.
The respect towards the chair is what I'm talking about.
No, I'm making a political point, Clyde.
I understand.
Clyde, I'm making a political point. Yeah.
I got your political point, Zaka. I completely agree with you. I got your political point, and I've read between the lines also.
Okay.
And even you are an anchor with par excellence. Let me put it that way.
No,
okay, so I got what you're saying. My point is respecting the speaker's chair. That's what it was. Then you walk into the speaker's room, abuse. Videos are all there.
Okay.
So this is what has been happening. The signs of desperation are coming through. They're trying everything, but it's not going to happen.
Okay, Sanjay Gupta is back on the line. Sanjay जी, ये बताइए, ये कैसे मतलब आप दोस्ती भी निभाएंगे और इनके MLA जो हैं उनको भी सस्पेंड करेंगे?
देखिए, कुछ तो चीजें ये भी करते हैं तभी इस तरह की कोई कार्रवाई होती है। और मैं तुहिन सिन्हा जी से ये कहना चाहूंगा कि जिस तरह से ये दोस्ती का हाथ भी बढ़ाते हैं और फिर ये गुस्सा, ये साजिश, ये नफरत, मैं इनसे पूछना चाहूंगा कि गुस्सा, ये साजिश, नफरत किसके लिए, कहाँ से लाए हैं, किसकी तरफ है रुख इनका? क्या ये दोस्ती पैमाने का नजराना है? मतलब राजनीति में आप गुस्सा करें वो ठीक है, लेकिन साजिशें करें ये ठीक नहीं है। लेकिन साजिशें करने के बावजूद भी हमारी विचारधारा एक थी, एक है और एक रहेगी। तो तुहिन सिन्हा जी से मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा कि थोड़ा सा अपनी साजिशों को थोड़ा कम करें।
नहीं, विचारधारा अगर सेम थी तो फिर छोड़ा क्यों आपने? एक ही चीज के लिए छोड़ा ना, कुर्सी के लिए छोड़ा था।
बिल्कुल, देखिए, हर पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का एक एम होता है कि किस तरह से वो अपना चीफ मिनिस्टर बनाए और अपने लोगों के लिए काम करे। और ये तो वायदा था हमेशा से कि शिवसेना का चीफ मिनिस्टर महाराष्ट्र में रहेगा। बाला साहब ने कब ये कहा कि शिवसेना का चीफ मिनिस्टर महाराष्ट्र में नहीं होगा? बाला साहब ने कब कहा कि महाराष्ट्र के अंदर बीजेपी का मुख्यमंत्री होगा? बाला साहब ने कभी नहीं कहा, ना इस तरह का कोई वायदा था। तो देश में सरकार बीजेपी की और महाराष्ट्र में मुख्यमंत्री शिवसेना का, ये वायदा था।
समझ गए हम। हाँ।
देखिए संजय जी, आपकी संगति का असर जो है आपके आचरण पे पड़ता है। जब तक शिवसेना हमारे साथ थी, कभी इस तरह की हरकतें ना तो की, ना कभी आरोप लगे। ये जो बॉम्ब, ये जो आपके पुलिस ऑफिसर जो है अंबानी जी के घर के बाहर विस्फोटक रखते हैं, क्या ये शासन में हो सकता है?
I know 5 years is a long time. Can I show you the editorials that Samna used to take out every day when you guys were in power, when you were in alliance? Please, let's not forget that, conveniently.
I'm admitting this is not the Shiv Sena of Bala Saheb Thackeray. And this is very sad that this is not the Shiv Sena of Bala Saheb Thackeray. Had it been the Shiv Sena of Bala Saheb Thackeray, we would have never come to this situation.
Okay.
This is something I'm saying with full responsibility.
All right, I'm wrapping up. Thank you very much. We'll see. In politics, they say it's the art of the possible. So who knows? They were allies for 25 years. They broke it off in the most bitter manner. But you can never rule out stuff in politics. You can never rule out U-turns. You can never rule out homecomings, as it were. So don't be surprised if the two saffron parties patch up again. The question is, on what terms will it be? Meanwhile, the price of petrol has been skyrocketing for the last few days now. In fact, it's been increased for the 35th time in the last 2 months. It is now exceeding 100 rupees per litre in 14 states and union territories. In Mumbai, a litre of petrol is now currently retailing at 106 rupees, while it's all set to cross the 100 rupee mark in Delhi for the very first time. Diesel prices are also rising rapidly in a few cities, where the retail rates for diesel are upwards of 90 rupees a litre.
The petrol price per litre in the national capital are inching close to rupees 100. Yes, that's right. The current price per litre is rupees 99.86, inching very close to rupees 100. पेट्रोल लगभग 100 के करीब पहुंच गया है। कितनी प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही है? बजट कितना अफेक्टेड है?
बहुत अफेक्टेड है। आप कहीं भी जाइए, कुछ भी सामान खरीदने जाते हो, बाइक से जाते हो, कार से जाते हो, हर जगह आपका पेट्रोल यूज़ हो रहा है और वो बहुत ही इफेक्ट कर रहा है एक आम आदमी की जेब को।
Currently, we are in Noida district, and as you can see in the visual, current price of petrol in the district is at 97.16 rupees, and that of premium has reached to a point of 100 rupees. And if we talk about the prices of diesel, currently in Noida district, it is at 89.89 paise.
Petrol prices in Kolkata on the verge of touching the 100 rupee per litre mark. Petrol prices today in Kolkata stands at rupees 99.90.
Petrol and diesel prices have skyrocketed in Mumbai. In fact, it is on an all-time high. I'm at a petrol pump in Mumbai's Goregaon area, and this is the price today, 106.02.
106 हो गया, इम्पैक्ट हो गया सर। क्या करेगा क्या आदमी? बिजनेस नहीं है आज, 3 महीने से घर पे बैठे, क्या करेंगे?
Petrol price in Bengaluru has got 103 rupees today. The price today is 103 rupees 28 paise for regular petrol. For speed petrol, that's even higher at 106 rupees 46 paise.
And staying with Bengaluru, before we leave, here's an inspirational story of grit and determination. Karnataka being one of the few states going ahead with Class 10 exams this month. Students are working hard, but one particular student has caught the attention of Bangaloreans. She sells flowers while logging into her online classes right outside the BBMP office. Deepa Balakrishnan has this incredible story. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you again tomorrow night, same time.
Banashankari is all of 16, spunky and enterprising, and selling flowers is her business. She spends almost 6 hours every morning and 3 more during the evenings outside a temple in central Bengaluru. And it is at this temple where she logs on to her online classes. Class 10 board exams are barely 20 days away and every minute is critical.
ಖುಷಿ ಆಯಿತು ಈ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬೇಗ ಬಂತಲ್ವಾ ನಮ್ಮಂತೂ ಕೆಲವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವ್ರು ಬೇಡ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ನ ಬರೆಯೋದೇ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು.
She dreams of becoming a doctor someday and has been a class topper in her government school the last few years. With her family income coming down over the last few months, she decided to pitch in.
ಅಪ್ಪ ಬಂದು ಮಗ್ಗ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಣ್ಣ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಚಿಕ್ಕಪೇಟೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಸೀರೆ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ.
She has now been gifted a laptop by the Brihat Bengaluru Mahanagar Palike Commissioner. Now at her stall, she multitasks between her selling duties and online classes with her teachers.
ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಓದೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟ. ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾನು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ನೋಡಿ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತ ಆಸೆ ಆಯಿತು. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
While there may be many students who are not able to cope with online classes, Banashankari proves that all it needs is the will to work hard. In Bengaluru, Deepa Balakrishnan.